So we're back. We're changing it up a little bit this video. My friend, who's also a real estate agent here in Orlando, he just house hacked his first house. We're going over there. We're gonna talk about basically the investment in it, how much money he put down, what it's worth, what type of work he did to it. I figure we do some residential stuff because it's a little more attainable for you guys. So here we go. All right guys, so I'm here with Claudio Trevisan. He's actually an Orlando real estate agent. He just bought this house as like an investment flip. Like I was saying, I think it's a more attainable thing for like the younger audience because it's minimal down payment. Obviously the commercial deals, hundreds of thousands of dollars, so this is like a little different. So give me like specifics on the house. How many bedrooms, how much you pay for it?
Yeah, so all right, I bought this house and with the intent of this is going to be an investment, actually a long run investment. So I'm not planning on flipping the house. This is going to end up being a rental. But normally if you're going to buy a rental, you have to put 25% down, even in residential, if you're going to buy something you're not going to live in.
Yeah, so this way you FHA loaned it?
So I actually did conventional. So you can do two ways. You do conventional or FHA.
But you did like the 3%.
Exactly. So normally FHA is the lowest you can get down, 3.5. Yeah. But if you have a good credit score, you can do conventional and actually get 3% down. Yeah. This is basically a rental that I bought, right? Yeah. But instead of putting 25% down, I said,
living in it for a year.
Let me only put 3, and yeah, I'll make a deal with you. I'll live in it for at least a year.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, you want to make that deal? You're good. We'll give you only 3% down. So they were asking $299.
Yeah.
I bought it for $277. Definitely below market value at the day that I bought it. So to give you a few examples of what things are going for in the neighborhood now, this house across the street is a flip. Yep. They just bought it cash only, and right now they're renovating it.
You can tell the flip because they painted the outside and the new doors. That's like
exactly.
Flip.
They bought it for $290. So they paid more than I did, and I'm not flipping it. When you're buying a rental, you can pay more than a flipper because you're not selling it. You don't have closing costs. You don't have to pay for commission. You're holding it. So the fact that I paid less than what a flipper paid for is a good sign.
So how much down exactly did you put?
3% down, around 10,000.
And did they just roll the closing costs into the loan?
No, I paid closing costs. So all in, it's probably about 18,000. But I actually took some money back for taking a higher interest rate.
Nice.
But interest rates were so low, so my interest rate's 3.25.
Yeah, something to talk about. Like a lot of newer guys, they keep thinking about like internet gurus and shit. They always talk about 3% down to buy this house, but it's another 4. Yeah, it's another 3 to 4% in closing costs that we just magically forget about on all the online gurus and shit. It's like
it does get more expensive than what you initially think.
Yeah, so like closing costs is always something to consider. But,
now, luckily, I was an agent, so I got paid commission to represent myself on this, so I got paid back. That house over there is a for sale by owner.
Yeah.
They're asking $415. They just went on the market. They're a bit bigger than mine, though. There's one down the street a little bit this way, closer to the front of the neighborhood. Same size as mine, and they sold for $350. And they weren't completely renovated, so if they got $350, I'd feel safe to say with mine, sure, it might not be totally decked out like a luxury flip. I think the median value would be $350.
Did you do anything on the exterior of the house?
Yeah, I did. So keep in mind, again, most of the stuff that I'm going to say here, I did myself to save money. This would have been more expensive if I didn't, but there were bushes all along here, ripped them all out. There are bushes all along here. There's actually this tree right here. Just going up and over the roof.
Oh, and that's a risk.
The insurance company actually canceled on me when they came out and took photos and they saw there's trees over the roof. They canceled my insurance, so I cut this back. What I'm gonna do is put mulch down here. I just gotta rake it out, get rid of all the weeds, cut everything out.
Anything to like adding gutters?
No,
like exterior stuff you added, or you just kept it minimal? Did you even paint, or is this?
I did paint. Okay. So it was a blue house before. I went with a gray with a blue undertones. Yeah. That way, if I missed any spots, it wouldn't be that noticeable since it was blue before. Painted the shutters black, actually fixed the shutters. I mean, this one, it was like broken apart. It had a 3-year-old roof. Yep. It had a pretty new AC, pretty
all
new
the expensive
water.
Shit was already
all the expensive stuff. It was just cosmetic. The paint was baby blue, looked pretty bad. And then the inside, there's wallpaper and just a whole bunch of shit throughout. So it did not look good.
And you just replaced the front door?
Just replaced the front door. Before, we had like a submarine window in the front. This whole house was a 70s house. Like picture of the 70s, wallpaper, carpet in every single room.
Did you do anything here, right? As you walk in the door, do you have any like idea, like, oh, I want to make sure the entryway is nice? I mean, clearly you just painted the walls.
Yeah, just painted the walls, so all the rooms had wallpaper in them.
Yeah, it was ugly ass 70s wallpaper.
Exactly. So I had a crunch time though because my rent, I was renting before this, where that was gonna end, the lease ends, and I had to move into here. I didn't get this place done and move in ready. So half of them I removed the wallpaper and painted. So half of them just painted over the wallpaper because I didn't have the time to remove the wallpaper. So this one is painted over wallpaper, put in the floors, repainted this door. This is the same door, put on new bronze hardware, and that's a new door.
Any
Everything
reason,
else,
why'd you go with bronze?
just what's in.
Yeah.
I
like it. No,
although
it's
it's starting to go towards black more now, but
Yeah, the modern black shit. But I mean, this isn't really that modern of a house, so fuck it.
Exactly. It's not really. I'm trying to make it cozy and home feeling. That's why I didn't go with gray floors, which is really in right now. Brown will go with anyone's furniture. It won't become dated as quick. I reused the same baseboards, ripped them off. They were brown, repainted them, put them back on.
So dining room, you add a nice light fixture.
Yeah. So these are the things that I do like to spend money on for rental. When it comes to the baseboards or the cabinets and things, I'm not going in there and looking to replace the cabinets.
Yeah.
If it's a flip, but for a rental, it's really expensive, too much. But for this, it makes the place look expensive. This is like 180. Yeah. So we go with what's in right now, and once bronze and this rustic look becomes dated, switch it out, put what's in. Yeah, and here's the kitchen.
A couple things I noticed, obviously the painted the existing cabinets, change out the hardware. So you epoxied?
Yeah, so these were
green.
These were green laminate countertops, and we epoxied them. I just wanted to try it out, see how it would work. And try to make them look like that marble quartz look.
Yeah, so you did you watch that guy who does the whole painting thing.
Exactly, yeah.
You take the blowtorch and you
Exactly. I didn't enjoy it. It was not fun for me.
Yeah, I thought it, when I watched those early on, I remember thinking wow, this looks like a lot of fucking work.
It's a lot of work. So the whole cost for that, it's like $500. Whereas if you're going to get a new countertop installed, probably $2,000 for a kitchen this size. But I'm gonna end up replacing these because they're getting stained way too easily. Just if you cut on this, it's getting knife marks. And this has only been like 4 months that I've had it.
Now, as far as the cabinets, when you did them, did you take the cabinets completely apart? Did you take them down and stuff? I noticed the gaps in here, so I'm guessing you took them off the wall and everything?
So I left these up.
Okay.
The reason why there's gaps up here is there was actually a light panel going around this room over here.
Oh, like that old 70s shit. Yeah.
So remove that, and we had to take this off on some of them. That's why some are kind of mismatching. There are cabinets along here. Removed those, just opened it up a bit, but left everything else. The only thing we took off when we painted these were the actual covers,
doors,
which I wouldn't do.
Yeah.
If I were to do it again, I'd leave them on, paint the hinges, and just add new bronze hardware. Because putting these things back on and getting them to align and close right, man, just little mixes here and there trying to fix that.
And then as far as appliances, you just went with nice stainless steel shit. I see you left the original sink.
Gonna replace that when the countertop goes as well. They're not even all the same brand.
But you
just went to Sears, dented and scratched.
Got the used ones that had cheap as fucking.
As long as it's stainless steel and it looks nice.
Yeah, as long as on the listing, stainless steel, nice counters, new kitchen, shit like that.
Exactly. These are the other things as well here. I wanted to knock these out. I probably could have, but again, time consuming. I was moving in here in like a month and I had to just get stuff done. So to move this out, what I learned very quickly is anything that you think might be a quick fix, it leads to other problems. And they had electrical in them as well. This one turns off the kitchen light.
So that's all another whole.
Exactly, another thing. Oh, also the other thing in here, I re-drywalled this whole room in here because when I was taking the wallpaper off, then I realized it was wood paneling behind it. I was like, damn, fuck. So in this bathroom, left the flooring because it looked fine.
This actually looks nice one.
Same cabinets, repainted them, bronze hardware. My girlfriend's dad actually made this countertop, so we tossed the old one.
That's cool.
Put a vessel sink on it, bronze faucet.
This looks nice. I like how you did this. You did the MeetKevin always does the border around the window.
Yeah, so we kept the same mirror and just put a border around it to match the countertop.
This is like hardcore MeetKevin vibe.
We got rid of the bar light.
Yeah.
Put up some LEDs. Put in new toilets and
anything to the shower.
Yeah, this was actually pink before. So just reglazed it, which is essentially meaning this paint. Just repainted
pretty much
it.
the type of paint.
Put on new faucets.
Also, interior doors, you kept all the same doors. Just
all the same doors, exactly. So everything, all the doors were brown before. Yeah. This is the office. It's really another bedroom, but I just use it as my office. This is wood paneling. This is what was out in the living room.
Yeah, this fucking.
I don't mind it in a bedroom. I'm not going to replace it or re-drywall here, but for the main living room, you don't want that like in your whole living room. This wood paneling, it's a little too dated. I tried to scrape the ceilings myself.
I noticed you did that out there and all those. Right? I was going to ask, was there popcorn ceiling?
Yeah, there was.
I heard that popcorn ceiling is like so time consuming.
Very time
brutal
consuming.
to do.
Couple things that I would, if I was doing this again, have hired out and not have done myself. Popcorn ceiling and removing wallpaper.
Yeah, all those things.
Moving the wall, some are easier to remove than others, and removing the wallpaper. If you've got one room, do it yourself. Yeah. But if you've got multiple rooms, hire it out because you're probably going to create drywall damage too trying to take it off. All the outlet switches, some of them don't have faceplates on. This is the only room that they're black, but all the other rooms had off-white yellow from the 70s. So I tried just spray painting them to see if it would last. But I've quickly learned that it starts to come off.
Just buy new ones for $3.
So I'm going to have to replace all of them in the whole
Yeah.
house. And it's gonna be like probably $2,000 to do the whole house.
And it racks up real quick.
Oh, this is, so this room I rent out to one of my friends.
Nice. Okay, so you're doing like the whole house hack thing right now. Are you gonna rent it out by the
Yeah.
bedroom because you're close? Well, you're not really close to UCF. So.
I could, but I just rent out just this one room.
Yeah.
And I leave the other one as a guest room.
Cool.
Here is the master. Same flooring. Remove the wallpaper in here. There's different wallpaper on every wall.
What was the price per square foot of the flooring that you bought? Was it like the cheaper one of the cheaper?
It's like
you did everything.
$1.50 a square
Nice.
foot.
Yeah, it looks good too though. It's like the nice like grayish brown that's like
Yeah, it's easy to install too. Then this, was thinking about putting a barn door up.
Yeah.
But honestly, it sort of makes the master look a bit bigger.
Yeah, it
so
does look bigger. Yeah.
But yeah, same thing in here. I did the same thing as I did in the guest bathroom.
This looks nice.
Same cabinets, new countertop that my girlfriend's dad made, new toilet. This
Same
was
thing with
this was green before. Painted this white.
Nice. What specifically did you do outside? Was there anything in particular you're like focused on? Obviously, you painted the walls.
Yeah, painted
It
everything.
looks like you painted this up here, so it's nice and clean white.
Yeah, exactly. There were intercoms all throughout the house too.
Yeah.
Forgot to mention, but there were intercoms out here. Remove those. Put up a TV
Yeah,
here
those
instead.
'70s intercoms that never fucking work.
Exactly. There was mold all throughout here because it doesn't drain really well.
You didn't have to do anything to the
Screens? Not yet, but I will.
Yeah.
There's some holes in the screen.
A little rough looking.
It's rough. We've got stuff falling through the top.
Did you paint any
No,
of this
no.
flooring?
I might paint this. So I'm gonna try to leave the pool deck. Really, honestly, I'm kind of at the point where I've done everything that I want to do myself, and
Yeah.
now I just want to accumulate money to hire people out to do
Yeah.
the rest.
You're about 18,000 all in for just buying the house.
Just to own it.
All together renovation costs.
40,000. Not completely done yet. A few more things, right? From replacing countertops and stuff. Say I'm all in 45K.
What's your mortgage payment right now?
1587 a month. But that's with PMI.
Yeah.
Right, so now I have 20% equity within the place. So I can get rid of the
you can
PMI.
refi.
Oh, well, I don't even have to. I can just call them up. They'll do an appraisal.
Yeah.
And if they agree, my payment will go down $115.
Yeah.
So it'll be like $1470. I could probably rent it out for $2200, but I go with the MeetKevin approach. And I would do $2,000 instead of maximizing it, so I could get a really good quality tenant who's not going to trash the place, going to pay on time.
Have a lot of people
good
apply
credit
and pick
score.
the best guys.
Exactly. I'd rather have more people apply than just a few who's going to pay me the most and say, I got the cash, let's do it. Even if I hire out a property manager on this, I'm going to profit. But like you kind of mentioned before we were on camera and everything, I mean, is it really worth it for like $100, $200 a month? Because that's probably what I'd be making, like $200 a month.
Yeah, especially after doing little repairs and shit, and you got turnover costs.
Right. So even if I managed it myself, maybe making $400 a month, but really why it's worth it and why I do it is not for that $100 or $400 in cash flow. It's the equity that I have in the place, because that equity then allows me to go and buy more properties.
Yeah.
And the appreciation I'm getting every year, the tenants are paying down my property. That's the beauty of this whole property.
You're planning on refining or getting a home equity loan, buying another one?
Exactly. So get a home equity line of credit. But what I've done now, so I first had to wait about 6 months before you can do either of those two things from buying it. It's been 7 months now since I've had this place. But instead of doing that, I decided to actually take advantage of coronavirus, where I did mortgage forbearance. I'm able to take a year's worth of my mortgage payments and just put that to the back of the loan. So I'm not paying any really more.
You're just extending it kind of.
I have a 31-year loan instead of a 30-year loan.
Yeah.
That's
nice.
it.
That's smart though.
So now I'm taking all those payments and I'm putting them in the stock market.
Okay,
growing.
When's it gonna turn though, man? We're such like on the top of the curve.
But you got to think about this. 25% of the money that's out there has been created in 2020.
Yeah.
Like so much more money is out there, and everyone is sitting on the sidelines saying, "I'm waiting for it to crash so I can jump in." After this whole mortgage forbearance is over, then I make 3 months of consecutive payments. Then I can buy a place again, and then I can do the HELOC or the refinance, whatever makes more sense.
Altogether, you probably made what, like, right now with the equity you got in this place?
I doubled my net worth.
Yeah.
In 20. So
So
the
you
beginning of 2020, a $69,000 net worth, and now
pretty much made
147.
Pretty much made like 50, 60,000 on this in equity.
Yeah.
In theory.
I don't think the market will
Timing
turn
the market.
But you never know.
Never
You
know.
never know. But
no one ever fucking knows. That's the problem.
But for me, I don't necessarily care, because I'm not going to sell this place. I'm going to rent it out. And if I can't pull out a HELOC and I want to, oh well.
Yeah.
I'm just going to hold it for the long
Hold
run.
it until it comes back.
Because I mean, I'm 23, so I've got time if the market crashes to come back. I'm not like 55 and coming up to retirement.
Yeah.
So to me, it doesn't matter.
Anyways, that's it for the tour. Thank you, Claudio, for showing me around, bro. I appreciate it. Just so everyone knows, he is a current residential real estate agent here in Orlando, Florida. He services all of Florida. Another good thing about that, when you're looking for residential investments, he's actually an investor. He knows how to flip a house cost effectively. He's done it himself. He knows how the actual repairs are done, because
right. I know what to look for.
Pretty much hands-on
what makes
on this.
a good fixer-upper, what's not, what's going to be expensive.
Yeah, and give them your info.
Yeah, so it's Claude Trevisan. My phone number is 561-281-7433, and you can find me on my YouTube channel at Call Claude, CALLCLAUD.
Guys, thanks for watching. This is Violi Vlogs. I know Tristan loves to hear it, and we're out. Have a good day.
Fly me to the moon. Let me play among the stars.
Thank you for getting that. That was good.
Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars.